Good afternoon. It's time for yet another NFL Bucky's Mail Day. This is your host Mike C. as always, and of course, even more always, is the star of the show. And that's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. Today is our very special NFL preview show, and hopefully it'll do a lot better than last week's episode because I only did like 2 views, but that's okay. So today we've got in front of Bucky my NFL Pro Football magazine from Athlon with Patrick Mahomes on the cover. And we're going to give you my previews and predictions for playoff teams. And we'll check back at the end of the year, see how well I did or how poorly I did. But I think I had some pretty good picks, not everybody's same picks, so I got a few different. I know I don't have the Lions making the playoffs. But we'll talk about the NFC North a little bit at the end. Other news to report, not much going on. The Reds are slumping a little bit. I think I saw they lost like 6 out of 7 games or something like that. So the playoffs aren't looking that great for them right now. But we'll see. There's still time left. And I'm not too concerned. No Blackhawks news. The season's going to... I saw the preview for the seasons already. But Hawks made a lot of moves this summer, so that's good. Lions haven't really done too much. I mean, they finalized their roster, but it's still moving because there's still days left. So they switch players in and out and stuff like that. The big news they did cut Jelani Tavai, which I don't remember if I mentioned last episode. So he gone, and which is fine. I mean, it was a wasted pick, terrible pick at the time, and I said continuation of the second round curse because they just had some terrible picks. They showed last week on one of the shows their second round picks the past X amount of years just terrible. Of course, none of them are left with them, and just terrible picks. But hopefully this year's will be better. We'll see. A different regime. So, but yeah, not a lot of Lions news. But that's okay. Badgers lost, unfortunately. I watched that game, was on TV. They did not play very well at all. And they had a chance at the very end to win it. But they had first and goal, and they just went backwards. And then failed to punch it in, so that was very disappointing. But it was good to see full stadiums again. There's a lot of good games on last week. And it's good to see, full crowds and the pomp and circumstance at college games again. So that was exciting. At least the Gophers lost. But, the Badgers did not play well at all. And their quarterback did not play well at all. He was not very good. So I'm a little concerned about that. But they'll bounce back. They'll be okay. They've lost to Penn State, like, was it 5 in a row or something like that? Which I did not know that. But it's a long season, and there's chances to rebound. They'll probably be out of the top 15, maybe 20 even. I don't know. But there's time to bounce back, so we'll get to that. All right, speaking of getting to, let's get to the standings here, my predictions. Nothing fancy. We're just going to go through them very quickly. And we don't want this to be an hour, video. And we're going to start in the AFC East. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills. And I got some of these picks are obvious, but I don't want to bore my predictions here. Bills are a very good team. They got a very good quarterback, and they're in a tough division, with Miami and stuff like that. But I think the Bills are the class of that division. So next, AFC South, I got the Titans. They're another very good team, and good quarterback, best running back, at least in the AFC for sure. So I think Titans will come out on top of that. The AFC North, I've got the Cleveland Browns, probably the first time in, I don't know, decade, maybe longer. If I'm picking the Steelers, then I think the Browns, it's their time. You got a very good team, and they could make some waves in the playoffs. The AFC West, I got the Chiefs, of course. Now the Chargers are a very good team. They could contend. The Raiders, maybe. Broncos are always. I mean, they're always good. AFC West is a very good division. I've got in the playoffs and the AFC championship game. I've got the Chiefs versus the Bills, and which should be a very good game. And I've got the Chiefs winning. So the Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl again. But the Bills, I mean, don't sell the Bills short. They could very easily, well, not easily, but they could very well beat the Chiefs and get into the Super Bowl. And I watched the Chiefs, preseason. They looked very good against the Vikings, which was great. And so they didn't really miss a step there. So I think the Chiefs are going to be tough to beat this year. And as long as Mahomes stays healthy, they got a new offensive line, and I think they'll be right up there. They'll be first place in the division. I think they'll prevail and get back to the Super Bowl. So my brother will be happy. The NFC, a little tougher division. Not division, but conference. Some different teams. I didn't pick all the same teams as my magazine, because that's no fun. So I've got, in the NFC East, I've got the Washington football team. They're a very good team, very good defense. They're going to be tough to beat. Kind of came out of nowhere the last couple of years. They were down. They're a very good team last year, and they'll be better this year. As long as they can solve their quarterback, that's probably their main issue. But I've got Washington. I'm just going to say Washington. They're supposed to change their name. I don't know if it's this year or the end of this year or next year or something like that. I'm sick of saying Washington football team. It makes it sound like a soccer team. I can't stand that. So I think, but Washington will prevail. Cowboys will be, obviously be tough. Giants will be a good team. Dallas will probably challenge them, I think, for the Eastern Conference. Eagles, I don't see the Eagles doing very much. They'll have 3 draft picks, number 1 picks next year, maybe, depending on Carson Wentz. So Eagles are a couple years away, but I think Washington will be challenged by Dallas. They'll be 1 and 2 in that division. NFC South, I've got the Tampa Bay Bucks, of course. Falcons will be good, obviously. But I don't see anybody really, unless Brady gets injured. They could fall apart. I mean, Super Bowl teams have fallen apart the very next year. But Brady's just, too good with Gronk and all those guys. And defense is very good. And I think they have a very favorable schedule, which they shouldn't have, but, it's Brady, so of course he's going to have a good schedule. But, and he looked good in, preseason also. I watched, a few preseason games. Watched the Lions a couple times. They lost all 3 games. So the Vikings, but they were close. They fell way behind, in a couple games and came back. But, they played okay. Their quarterback, Goff didn't play, so you can't expect much. No real big surprises in the line. We'll get back to the Lions later. But let's keep going. Where am I? NFC North, I've got the Packers winning. Of course, the Vikings will be in there. The Bears, I'll get to my picks for the NFC North later. But those 3 teams, will battle it out. Sorry, Lions. I don't have actual prediction as far as number of wins, but I'll give you the Lions winner. NFC West, I got the 49ers. I think the 49ers are a very, very good team. And the Seahawks will be tough. They're obviously very good. And I have the 49ers prevailing. In the NFC Championship, I've got the 49ers against the Bucks, and I have the 49ers actually winning. I picked them over the Bucks. The 49ers are going to be that good, which means Stafford will be in the Super Bowl, which is kind of scary. But 49ers are a very good team. And Trey Lance looked very good in the offseason there. And so I have the 49ers against the Chiefs, and I got the Chiefs winning. But that would be a very, very good game. The NFC North, I've got the Packers winning, of course. I got the Bears second, the Vikings third, and of course the Lions fourth. But Vikings, I'm not sure of. Their quarterback, a little shaky. I don't know. They didn't win any games in the preseason, which I don't put that much stock into it. But I don't know. Their defense is pretty good. Offense, I don't know. I'm not crazy about the Vikings this year. The Bears, with their new quarterback, I think are going to be very good when he starts. I guess he's going to start on the bench, but Packers, once they got Raj is back, they're going to be very tough to beat. At least for this year. Next year is a whole different story, but Packers' running game is very good. The offense is very good. Defense, it's good, not great. But so that's my prediction as far as the NFC North goes, or the old Central Division they used to be many, many years ago. As far as Lions wins, I'm trying to be generous, but I have to be realistic. I really don't see the Lions winning many games. If they win 4 or more, that's my prediction is 4, and that's being generous. I could see them losing more games, maybe win 3, even 2 games. Tough early schedule. I just don't. It all depends on Goff, how he plays. If he plays terrible, then they're going to draft a number 1 quarterback next year. But I've seen many drafts already for next year, and they got a lot of them picking, quarterback, some defensive end, which isn't too bad. But the following year, I'm not really crazy about the quarterbacks. I've seen a few. It's like, but so much can change. They come out of nowhere, and so I wouldn't put any stock in that right now. But 3 to 4 wins at the most for the Lions. It's gonna be a long year, guys. But we're used to that. We've gone through some long years before. So I really don't expect them to win more than 4 games. If they do, that's fine. But I just don't see it. With injuries and everything else, kind of a tough schedule. They got a couple of streaks there that are going to be difficult. So we'll see. It'll be exciting. We have the schedules posted for the Vikings and the Lions again this year, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I think the Bears will be finished second over the Vikings, but the Lions will not contend, and I'm okay with that. So I think that's about it, guys. We're at almost 14 minutes, and hopefully this one will do better than last week's. We're going on a little vacation tomorrow. We're going up north, and we got a rummage sale we're getting ready for, so that'll be fun. And we're coming back, and we'll be back. We'll miss most of the football, but we'll be back for Monday night at least, so that'll be good. And because we'll be on the road Sunday mostly, but don't worry, there's plenty of weeks and plenty of games left. So, plus we have NFL Network, so you can watch the games again. So that's good. So I think that's about it. Everybody, be kind to everybody, and hopefully the world won't get more crazy than it's already is. And stay in there, hang tough, and forward, like Bucky says. So for Mike C. and of course Bucky, say bye, Bucky. Bucky says bye. And take care, and we'll catch you next week with the Lions and an NFL review, and get used to this cover because we're going to use it a lot. What I'm planning on doing is using the Lions' next opponent for the backdrop, and or the Lions cover. We'll see. But I already tore the Vikings out, so I can't use the Vikings. But so expect to see those upcoming weeks. And football's back, college and pro, and I'm excited. And hopefully it'll be a good year. The crowds are back. It was great to see full stadiums, and hopefully it's back to somewhat normalcy. But all right, I'm rambling. All right, take care, everybody, and enjoy the NFL season, and be kind to everybody. And we'll catch you down the road. All right, take care. Bye now.